I always thought my wife's mother, Linda, was just a little controlling, the kind of mother-in-law who believed no man was good enough for her daughter. She visited often, gave advice I didn't ask for, and sometimes made me feel like I was a guest in my own home. But still, she was family. She cooked for us when our son was born. She babysat when we needed a night out, and she told everyone how proud she was of her daughter for marrying a good man. I didn't always like her attitude, but I respected her. I believed she loved us. If someone had told me back then that she was hiding a secret that would destroy everything I thought I knew about our family, I would have laughed. But betrayal rarely announces itself. It creeps in quietly, hidden in the people you trust the most. The first time I suspected something strange was a late-night phone call. I was walking to the kitchen for a glass of water when I heard Linda's voice in the living room. She was speaking softly, almost whispering, and the tone was different. Not casual, not friendly. No, not tonight. She's here with me. Yes, I promise, tomorrow. When she noticed me, she jumped. She ended the call quickly and gave me a forced smile. Just a friend from church, she said. Something in her eyes told me otherwise. After that night, I started noticing little things. Letters addressed to her, tucked into our mailbox, but from out-of-state hospitals and property management offices. Why would she get bills like that? I asked her once, but she brushed it off with a sharp, "It's nothing you need to worry about." I let it go, but a knot had already started forming in my stomach. The truth began to unravel because of my son. He was playing in the living room while Linda napped on the couch. He dug into her handbag, giggling, pulling out tissues and receipts like treasures. Then he found an envelope. Inside was an old photograph. "Daddy, who's this?" he asked, running up to me. I looked at it, and my blood froze. It was my wife, maybe 5 years old, smiling in pigtails. Beside her was a man I had never seen before. He had his hand on her shoulder, smiling proudly. But it wasn't her father. It wasn't the man I had met, the man who had walked her down the aisle at our wedding. When Linda woke up, I held the photo up. "Who's this?" Her face drained of color. She lunged forward, snatched the photo, and stuffed it back into her purse. "Where did you get that?" she demanded. "My son found it," I said calmly. "Who is he?" Her lips trembled. "No one. An old family friend. It doesn't matter." But it did matter. And my wife, who had been in the kitchen, walked in at the wrong, or maybe the right, moment. "What doesn't matter?" she asked. I showed her the photo. "Do you know this man?" She frowned. "No." "Who is he?" Linda snapped. "It's nothing. Don't start digging into things you don't understand." But my wife's eyes narrowed. "Why are you lying, Mom?" That was the night the walls began to crumble. We sat in the living room, the photograph on the table between us like a loaded gun. My wife crossed her arms, her voice trembling with anger. "You've always told me Dad was my only father. Who is that man?" Linda looked at me like I could save her, but I stayed silent. This was her storm to face. Finally, Linda whispered, "You don't need to know." That was the wrong thing to say. My wife slammed her hand on the table. "I need to know. Stop treating me like a child. Tell me the truth." Linda's face twisted with pain. She tried to hold back, but then the dam broke. That man was the love of my life. I met him before I married your father. He was married, I was young and foolish, but I couldn't let him go. I carried on with him even after you were born. My wife's jaw dropped. "What are you saying?" Tears streamed down Linda's face. "He is your real father. The man you call Dad, he's not your blood. He never knew. I never told him. I couldn't. I was afraid of losing everything." The words ripped through the air like lightning. My wife screamed, "You let him raise me? You let him think I was his? You lied to him for 30 years. Linda reached out, sobbing. "I did it for you, for the family, for stability." "No!" My wife shrieked, pulling away. "You did it for yourself. You betrayed Dad. You betrayed me." I sat there numb, watching a family implode in front of me. Telling my father-in-law was the hardest thing we ever did. We sat him down at the kitchen table. My wife couldn't stop crying, and I had to speak for her. "There's something you need to know," I began. When he finally heard it, he just sat in silence, his hands clenched into fists, his eyes fixed on the floor. After a long pause, he whispered, "All these years, and you let me live a lie?" Linda begged him, fell to her knees, grabbed his hands. "I did it because I loved you too, because I didn't want to lose our family." He pulled away slowly, his face full of heartbreak. "No, you didn't love me. You loved yourself." That night, he packed a bag and left. 30 years of marriage, gone in hours. My wife spiraled. She locked herself in our bedroom for days. She cried until her voice was hoarse. "Who am I really?" she asked me one night. My whole childhood was a lie. Dad doesn't look at me the same anymore. Mom is a stranger. What am I supposed to do? I had no answers. I held her, but I couldn't take away the betrayal. Her father, or the man she thought was her father, couldn't bear to see her. He admitted he still loved her, but every time he looked at her face, he saw Linda's betrayal. It broke him. As for Linda, she kept calling, writing letters, begging for forgiveness. But my wife refused to see her. She blocked her number. She said to me once, "That woman died the day she told me the truth." People think betrayal only happens between lovers, but they're wrong. The deepest betrayal can come from family, the people who are supposed to protect you. Linda thought she was preserving her family by hiding the truth. In reality, she destroyed it. She lost her husband. She lost her daughter. She lost the respect of everyone who once saw her as strong and honorable. And I lost the family I thought I had married into. I thought I knew them. I thought love and trust tied us together. But in one night, I saw how quickly lies can turn family into strangers. Some secrets die with people. Some secrets rot in silence. But Linda's secret clawed its way into the light. And when it did, it tore everything apart. She betrayed not just her husband, but her daughter, her family, and even me. And in the end, all that was left were broken pieces of a life built on lies. Because the truth doesn't just set you free. Sometimes it destroys you.